Hello and good evening, everybody. Who we got now? Alex Matthews first in. Can't wait for the show. Looking tasty. Yeah, it's going to be a very tasty one tonight. Kev's back
Yes, I'm
after
back.
how many weeks out?
Gosh, loads.
Yeah, a long time. I think this will be your first one of 2020, won't it?
I think it is, yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Did I do one just before Christmas? Maybe, I don't know.
I think just before Christmas would have been your
Yeah,
last one. I think
so,
Henry has featured a lot more than you have since the turn of the year. So Labs is in, George WBA is in. How's it going, everybody? It's good to have you here for this 3,000 subscriber special. Labs and Matthew Marsden, I know we owe you things. We're still waiting for those hats, Matthew. So sorry about that. Anyway, guys, I've made a new addition to Taff Live. I've got a little doodah. By doodah, I mean I got a little mini mobile phone tripod sitting here, holding the phone in place. I'm completely hands-free, and I don't have to mess around with the camera on my table. It's standing on this tripod. It's here. We can read everything clearly, and we're looking good at the moment. So we're very excited about this one tonight. I'm not going to delve too much into the form of Newport County. I am planning on putting out a Taft's Word at some point this week. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. So what we're saying here now, anyway, there's loads and loads of comments coming up. So
nothing is just hello. And,
BD8, yes, Sharpie, M7, obviously you meant to say mate, makes a change from Hoover, Henry.
oh, right, okay.
I do like a Henry Hoover, get it for the eye contact. So Labs, up a shirt, there's a point. As we get a few more people in, we'll show you what's up for grabs tonight, and we're going to tell you now that tonight the winner is going to be very similar to the last time, the best overall contribution to the stream. So the longer you stay in the stream, the more questions you ask, points you raise, or answers you give, that's going to credit to whether we're going to award you with a shirt. Kev and myself will be making the decision together as well. And of course, the trivia. Obviously, we will be doing some trivia. We will be asking you to give us some questions as well. Basically, we're not going to say for everybody gives correct answers throughout. Obviously, correct answers are going to mean something, but making an attempt, making a contribution at the stream, that's basically we're going to give our best contributor of the night the special 3,000 subscriber prize. So, Kevin, would you do the honours and pull the shirt over here? And here we go. As you can see, it is a third kit from last season and is signed by last season's squad. So the playoff heroes, unfortunately they couldn't see it all the way through, but for getting us to where they got us, they are heroes. That there is the third kit signed by them. The actual kit we wore at Mansfield, not a match worn unfortunately, but third kit signed by last season's squad. And that there is up for grabs tonight, guys. And that is for the best overall contributor to the stream. Now, I've wasted 3.5 minutes nearly talking shit, so let's get straight into the football. So Labs is saying no accidentally closing the stream, don't worry. How do we get the shirt? Just answered that for you. Paul Young says it's nice to see you back, Kev.
Yeah.
Kev's got fans, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Chris J, why wasn't you at Mansfield? I was at a wedding. A good friend of mine was getting married. I've been to Mansfield hundreds of times.
Yeah,
so.
and I went around one interested this time. With the weather.
Been to Mansfield so many times.
So
yeah.
Just come back from
Can't make it to them all. George WB, West Brom looking good again after a bad bit of form. Yeah, was it 2-2 in the end against Forest? Marcus May, hi both. What do you think people? What do you think of people calling for Flynn to be sacked? I think they need to get their edge checked.
Yeah, I think no point sacking him now. What difference is it going to make? We're not going up, we're not going down. Results have been poor, performances have been poor. Watching some of that crap has been terrible, but if we get rid of him now, what's it going to benefit? I think wait till the end of the season, see where we finish, to be honest, and then maybe look then.
Just sign a big contract.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money to pay out for sacking him at the end of the day.
But the thing is, you sack him now, who are you going to bring in?
Yeah, is there anybody out there who would do a better job than what Michael Flynn has done in the last
Well, the thing is, the only
seasons?
thing you're looking at is people like Nathan Jones, Paul Tidsdale. Are they going to come here, one mid-season when they can't change a squad? And two, are they going to make any difference? They're not going to suddenly now go and come in and win us promotion, are they?
No chance at all. No, I mean, changing things now is pointless. Changing things at the end of the season for me is pointless because really, you get rid of Michael Flynn. Who else are you going to have? Who else is out there that's going to come in and do as good a job as what Flynn done? I mean, yeah, this season hasn't been great. You know, I mean, it's been difficult to watch some games. Some games we played absolutely amazingly.
All I gotta say is, I think the only thing we can learn from it, or Flinny can learn, I think, is escaping, because some of the signings have been absolutely diabolical.
Recruitment has been bad.
The Daniel Ledbetter thing has baffled me, where there was an article, he's gone into the Bristol Rovers manager at the time and said, I can't play anymore, my body's packing up on me. And then Michael Flynn goes and signs him on a 2-year deal.
Like I say, recruitment has been bad this season. Recruitment really has. But, you know...
And then he sends Corey Whiteley out on loan and keeps Dolan. Which don't make sense to me. Although Whiteley hasn't been outstanding, he has made things happen when he's come on the pitch.
I mean, I've always been a fan of Dolan up until this season. And now I do worry if I see him on the team sheet.
Bambi on ice, I think he is, because he just passes the ball backwards every time he gets it. He doesn't tackle. He's all right for set pieces and free kicks, but...
I mean, as a person, I like Matt Dolan, you know. I mean, you tend to find that the players who tend to be the weakest for us tend to also be...
I think you just got to look at the squad and how many players would actually get in any other League 2 side. I don't think there's many, to be honest.
I think Dolan would be...
Dolan, to me, is a conference player at the best now.
The thing is, when we signed him, he was Yeovil's player of the season before, which is why there was so much, you know, promise around him, you know, his set piece abilities and things like that. And for the first 2 years, yeah, we did reap the benefit of his set piece abilities. But even when he has played and he's had the opportunities with the set pieces, he's not really done much with them, have he?
No.
And I don't like to ever slag any of our players off, because at the end of the day, I want them all to do their best. I want them all to succeed, obviously. You know, so I don't like to slag anybody off, but at the end of the day, you can't do this kind of thing and not be honest about what your observations are.
So I just think it's just baffling, some of the decisions or whatever, but no, I wouldn't sack him, no.
Yeah. So we've got to move on then. Will Leeds bottle it? Not this time, no. I mean, you look at the Championship, it's one of the most competitive leagues in world football. You know, you're going to lose games throughout the season. The thing for Leeds, they got so much quality this year and they're playing such good football. You know, they're going to win a lot more games than they're going to lose for the rest of the season. So I think they will finish in that top 2. So do you think the squad is good enough?
Good
and
enough
just
for what?
in poor form?
Well, it depends what's good enough for.
Squad...
If you say good enough to stay in League 2, possibly to go up, no. But we got to think of, we were second, as I was saying to you earlier, we were second in the league after the first 10 games. Granted, we were probably pushing our luck in some of the games, and we haven't played brilliant. But it's the same squad. He hasn't changed a lot from it.
Yeah. Well,
I think, to be honest, I think the biggest difference was Haken's injury and Flynn being linked with a Lincoln job. Ever since that, we have been poor.
And then obviously I mentioned to you earlier as well, calling off that Cheltenham game.
The Cheltenham game when we were in
form. Maybe we lost some momentum on that. But there we go, it is what it is now. Anyway, 25 if you win, only 5 likes so far. I better get the thumbs up going. So Luke County, evening, Taff and Kev. Dan Short, hi Kev and Taff. Callum Whittington, interesting.
What is?
Yeah. You got to elaborate these things, people. Nick Muller's then, how's it going, Nick? Dan Short, who do you think is going to get relegated from the Premier League? Still too soon to call, isn't it?
Aston Villa and West Ham. Being a West Ham fan, I think they're gone.
I think the running of games you got is particularly tough.
Boys, because I think our last 5 games we've got Tottenham, Man United. I think Arsenal's won. I think 5 of the last games, last 5 games, they've got 3 in the top 6 or something.
But to be honest with you, you could never have a better opportunity to go to Manchester City and get something.
To say that, mind, if you think, I said Villa, I think Newcastle are in trouble after tonight's result as well.
4-0, ouch, against an underperforming Arsenal team. So Ipswich won 4-1. What's your opinion on the Man City ban?
I think they'll win an appeal, they will.
I don't know, I hope they don't. Not because I like Liverpool, because at the end of the day, the Premier League's won for Liverpool now. No, it's not going to make a difference on the Premier League.
Yeah, make an example of them, because they have bought away 2 titles, but I don't know. I just think it'll be sad if Guardiola leaves the Premier League because I think he's a great manager.
But for me, the rules are laid out. They're aware of the rules, and they know that if they break them, these are the kind of punishments that they can be dished out. For me, I can't see where they can show that kind of income to show that many signings, considering they very rarely fill the Etihad. They may be in the Champions League a lot, but they've spent twice as much money as the likes of Man United
Well, it's
and
just
Liverpool.
strange this year. The season he had last year, Man City, right, flew to the league. I know, all right, Liverpool only lost one game, but Man City were standing aside. This year, they've been poor, very poor, and it's just a completely different team.
Yeah.
So something's gone wrong there, but
So, I mean, no, they still look good in their typical Guardiola's Man City way, but it's the defence. They never replace company, and Laporte getting injured has cost them because they haven't had a full recognised centre back pairing, and that for a majority of the season doesn't matter how good you are going forward.
Ryan Innes, to be honest. We'll have $1 million for him.
Well,
or Palace will give us half of it.
Yeah, we put his name out there for
we
you.
Can we can have Aziz as well if he want.
It's a shame your life can't be like Football Manager, where you could just make yourself the Man City manager and just buy Aziz off you.
Yeah, that'd be great. That would, wouldn't it?
But I do like Adi Aziz. I mean, not as a footballer. I don't think he's done enough to win us over just yet. But as a bloke, he's an absolutely lovely bloke. Really, really nice guy to talk to. And before he went on loan to Torquay, he actually reached out to us through Jamil Mad and actually wanted to stand with us and sing a song with us, as it is like. But he ended up going there to Torquay on loan. So I wish him all the best. I hope he does well down there and finds a bit of form and a bit of confidence, because if he comes back to us, because we still got him for the season.
Yeah, he's out for 2 years. He's out the contract at the end of the season. Isn't he?
Not this season, no, the end of next season.
When
we signed him up, we signed him on a 2.5-year contract. So what we have to root for him.
Relegation next year then.
The thing is, if he does well at Torquay, and they want to buy it, they want to take him on a permanent.
It's not. I don't think he's a League Two player anymore.
It's a shame, though. It's a shame. Like I say, I want every player to come good for us. Come on, the Port should probably come back to the end of the season. His leadership and experience could help us through. I don't think it's feasible, because I don't think there's any point in him putting.
Well, the one thing is he won't because of his business, and two, I know Flinney won't. Him and Flinney, I think it was a thing at the end of last season where Flinney didn't want him any longer anyway. Didn't want him in the. That's what I've heard anyway from good source. So.
Okay.
Didn't have a falling out, but I think it was just Flinney wanted something different.
Right then, so Callum Whittington, Taff, would you consider winning the Leasing Trophy and a mid-table finish a good season? Yes, because we got one of the lowest budgets in the league, so to be mid-table, we're punching above our weight, and to win some actual silverware. Any team that wins any silverware has got to look at it as a good season, unless you're Liverpool and Man City only winning the Carabao Cup. What about you, mate? Would you take that?
At this particular moment, yeah. Although I don't like the cup we play in, I think it's a stupid format. I know obviously we're in the semi-finals, there's more money involved now. But I just think the cup shouldn't even be playing.
They need to reform it next year and kick out the under-21 teams. Kick out the under-21 teams and actually make it full of more money. Make it a lot richer.
Well, the thing is, I
just
think it's, as I say, it's a Mickey Mouse Cup. I haven't watched one of them at all, but obviously it's serious now because we're in the semi-final. If you win it, you get $250,000. So,
well, there's that.
So it is good. I think the runners-up get $100,000. So
no, that's exactly right. Yep. Nick Muller's saying that the Man City ban, that he reckons they'll turn it into a 1-year ban. Well, the Court of Arbitration for Sport will look at it in a different way. The reason
you've still got the FA as well, Premier League.
The Premier League are looking into it as well,
because they got to make a decision on what they do as well.
Well, financial fair play it is a good thing personally, and I think stamping down on the overstating of sponsorship is a good thing as well, because your Sheikh Mansour, he's pumped enough money into that club now for them to sustain themselves, to stick around the top.
Maybe they should look at Forest Green and Salford next.
I bloody hope they do, and I hope they kick them out of the league. Can't stand either of them. That's why I really hope we beat Salford, because Salford don't need that final. We do.
Forest Green will be out of the league next year anyway, so I think it would.
But I bet you there's a lot of people rooting for Salford, even though it's gonna, that they're a money-fueled rise of a nothing club, because of the cocksuckers from Man United. Your Neville brothers, your Nicky Butts and Paul Scholes, Giggs and Beckham and all that fucking assholes. People are going to be rooting for Salford because, I want to see Gary Neville's team in the final. Like, fuck Gary Neville and fuck his team, I say. They're just pumping money into it like that hippie at Forest Green. It's financial fair play is an absolute joke in our league. RB4, do you think players we lost, for example, Butler, Day, etc., is impacting our season and is the reason for our negative results? No, because Day, I think we replaced
with King, and I think he's a better keeper overall. And I think Haynes, although he's gone off for Boyle, the only thing with Haynes, I think Butler was better attacking, and Haynes is a better defender.
Yeah, and it shows in the fact that we've got a much better defensive record than last year.
I think our biggest problem this year, and we were crying out for at the beginning of the season, was midfield. And he hasn't strengthened midfield. Signs Dolan on a 2-year deal, signs Labadie on a 2-year deal. Obviously signs Sheehan, who I thought was playing well, to be fair, he's had a good season. Labadie's been hit and miss. Dolan hasn't even been in the squad. It's midfielders we need, and I think that's the issue. We're playing the ball over midfield all the time.
So what do you think of the City news? Obviously we just spoke about that. Next manager sacked in each of the 4 English leagues.
Steve Bruce.
He has got some good results this season. I mean, losing at Arsenal isn't a big deal.
Well, it depends if Mike Ashley sells up. Maybe bring someone else in and sack him, but
maybe that is a possibility.
Maybe Mark Cooper, to be honest, Forest Green, because they're
on a diner, aren't they? The hippie's going to lose patience at some point.
Yeah.
And I personally don't think you can get anyone better at the moment. Can see people's frustration. People are frustrated because their expectations have been raised by having a few good seasons.
He's, to be fair to Flynn, he kept us up when we were gone. Following season, we improved. Got the 4th round in the FA Cup. Following season, he got the way through the 5th round in the FA Cup and in the playoffs. So all he can improve on this year... He's been
improving and improving. But
all he can improve on this year is win promotion. And you're not going to have a chance of winning promotion every year.
No. So I think the criticism of Flinney has been extremely harsh.
Like if he wins that stupid leasing cup, and we win that, then yes, you could say
it's silverware.
It's silverware. So he's won something again. So he's improved every year. He's won silverware.
He's actually won something. I mean, you got to give him credit for that. The fact that we're even in the semi-final, the fact that we've had West Ham in the Carabao Cup on TV. We've been on TV against Malden and Tiptree.
Yeah.
We were on TV for foreign TV for Millwall. So we've made a lot of money again this season. At the end of the day, he's financing this club. And the signings that he's been making, his recruitment has been a bit poor, but you're not going to hit every single player that you bring in. He brought some good players in. He kept some of the best ones from the Great Escape.
The only thing I got with it is some of the signings have been poor, but who decides they sign him on 2-year deals?
So do you think the club will be able to keep on affording the wages with us going at the FA Cup so early? Well, like I say, we've had income from the leasing.com trophy and from the Carabao Cup this year, as well as some from the FA Cup still. So I don't think that's going to be much of a problem. We run on an average sort of deficit of around about 250k a season. I think we've made that 250k this season. So as long as we're making up that 250k through the cups, we should be able to be competitive in the league.
Yeah. But Wesley's gone, is he?
Wesley has been sacked today. Well, not sacked. He actually resigned by the signs of things.
We could get relegated now. Then.
Well, no, it's not going to happen.
No, we get 28 points.
If Stephen is go on some kind of miraculous rise, Macclesfield will be the team to go down.
Yeah, or Morecambe even.
Stevens might start catching us now. We're not going to lose that many games, honestly.
Well, they're actually 28 points behind us.
I've got to be
18
honest with you.
points, I think.
I've got to be honest with you, Kev, right? This is absolutely gripping my shit at the moment, right? People talking about we could have gone down this season and stuff like that. No. We lose a few games, but that's League Two for you. You lose games. We've got to
You've got to
understand.
look at it. At the beginning of last season, we were what, 12th in the league, beginning of March. Playoffs. Shut up about playoffs. You were saying shut up about playoffs. All of a sudden, we just gone bang, 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 and we're in the league, in the playoffs, in the playoff final, whichever way you look at it, we should have probably been in League One. Whether we would have been good enough, I don't know. But
I think we
beginning of March,
we'll never know.
we were out of it.
Yeah, well, then we came back into it. But the thing is, right, what people got to understand is when you bought fucking County, you know, we're not Real Madrid. I know Flinny's used that. We're not Liverpool. We're not Man City. We got no God-given right to win anything.
Problem is, I was around in the non-league days, and that was dire then.
Oh,
At
yeah.
least we're in League Two.
At least we're in the Football League now.
People say,
fucking
we
enjoyed
we,
it, like,
we,
you know.
we might go down this year, or we're lucky. Yeah, but at the end of the day, we weren't lucky if we weren't in League One.
I mean, not being funny, but all this kicking off and all that, right? Majority of the people kicking off, right, didn't even go to Mansfield yesterday. I didn't go, so that's why I'm not having an opinion on the game. I can't have an opinion on a game I didn't go to. The amount of people that have got an opinion on a game that they didn't go to is fucking shocking. And to be honest with you, right, we lost 1-0. Yeah, Mansfield are underperforming this season, but they have beaten teams at home. And they got one of the biggest budgets in our league.
Well, the thing is,
you know, we lost 1-0.
They were favourites to go up, and it was a mistake as well.
Yeah, they were first favourites. Remember, they were first favourites to go up at the beginning of the season before ball was kicked, and they beat us 1-0 at their ground in shitty conditions.
From a mistake from us.
From a mistake. I'm absolutely lost for thought on where people are even coming from to be slagging them off so much.
At the end of the day, we haven't been hammered this season at all.
No one's.
Last year, look at last year, 6-0.
We lost 6-0 at home to Yeovil.
Who got relegated, and we went on to the playoff final.
We lost 6-0 to Yeovil, who ended up going down. But we lost 1-0 at Cambridge, and people have kicked off more about that than losing 6-0 to Yeovil. I mean, what the actual fuck?
The thing that pissed me off is people, we could start winning games, go up the league, and people will be, oh, well, Flynn's back at it, he's the best manager we've had, everything else.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, we win that tournament and have a good end to the league season. Then yeah, exactly. So right, and so Flynn's transfer decisions and loans, we've touched on that already.
Very poor.
So Elliot H, come on, you O's. Reedy Aid, can you both rank the January signings from best to worst? I think we won't have enough time to do that. We're already over the 20-minute mark. It's hard to believe Dolan is 26. You know, do you reckon we'll get to Wembley after Wednesday? We'll see. We'll have to see. I hope we do, obviously. How's Dale Gorman doing? Couldn't get into our side. He actually looks pretty good. He played against Walsall and he was spreading the ball around, something beautiful. So I think you've let a good one go there, to be honest. I think he was deserving of a chance for you. On the port. The run we went on last season, which got us into the playoffs, started at the start of March. So still time. It helps that we have 3 games in hand, and if we win those, we're 3 points off playoffs.
Well, the thing is, I was looking yesterday.
It's not all doom and gloom.
I was looking yesterday, we got 16 games left, right, with our 3 games in hand. 10 of them are away. We've only got 6 at home.
6 more home games for the season.
Yeah.
That makes things a little bit more difficult because our away form haven't been very good this year. Most underrated, overrated, best and worst player. So I think the most underrated player for us, I'd say, is probably Scotty Bennett.
Yeah.
I'd say the most overrated player for us, and it kills me to say this because he is my favourite Newport County player of all time, but for this season is Labardi. I think he's been too hit and miss. Our best player is Josh Sheehan. I think our worst player, I can't say Adi Aziz because he hasn't played, so it's got to be Dolan at the moment. Would you?
Yeah, I would say Aziz is, he hasn't played, is he? But Dolan for definite, I think. Don't know.
So for me, the best signing from the January transfer window, I think, will turn out to be
I would have said
Otis Khan.
I would have said it. Khan, but I would have said Baker, Ashley Baker. He was outstanding, but he's obviously
that's
for the
another
season.
thing. We got half our squad out injured at the moment. You know, people are still freaking whinging. We got a half. We went to.
We've been unlucky, and I think people are saying you can't blame the pitch. I think the pitch has got a lot to do with it this season. To be honest, with his injuries,
it doesn't get maintained properly there. You know,
And they said it only lasts 3 years. They're relaying it again this year. But we've been playing on that pitch. I know we play on it every week, but that's where I think we're picking injuries up to.
so Callum's talking about cut money. I think we've touched on that. Steve is second. Wesley, we've done. My
He'll
point
never
made,
get a
Callum.
job again, that bloke.
Luke Canty, should Welsh teams playing in the English Football Premier be invited into the Welsh Cup? I think we've been through this before, haven't we? There'd be
We've
too
done
many
this.
games.
We were in the Welsh Cup years ago, in the Welsh Premier Cup, which they abolished.
Then
And they didn't like it because it was either us, Wrexham, Swansea or Cardiff winning it all the
Yeah.
time.
And
so they took us out
we
of it.
we were invited into the Welsh Cup a few seasons back, and they made us play Gateshead and TNS on the same day. So we had to send a youth team to TNS, and we lost 4-0. But then we went up to Gateshead and won during just in Edinburgh's first season for us. So yeah, that wouldn't work. But then I don't think they would. We couldn't go into Europe through a Welsh system
No,
like
you can't, no, because you've got to be a Welsh
we're
team
registered, even though we're in Wales,
We're
we're
an
registered
English team.
in the English Football League. So because we're registered in the English Football League, we wouldn't have a gateway to.
Same with Cardiff or Swansea. If one of them won the FA Cup or the Premier League, they wouldn't be able to qualify for Europe. Now, whether they would change that, I don't know.
I mean, saying there, imagine Newport versus Cardiff in the Millennium Stadium. I mean, that would be great. Yeah, it's a great thing to think of. Maybe the FAW Premier Cup could come back one day.
Yeah, well.
You know, but going into the Welsh Cup, it has been tried and it failed miserably, so they didn't bother with it in the end. Do you think the squad can come back next season and get back into the playoffs, which is just not good enough for it? Butler, Day, Poole are being massively missed. I think Poole's a big miss, but at the same time, our defensive record is a lot better than last season. But
I think the other thing is as well, he needs to consistently play the same players and not chop and change the team all the time. Midfield, we need 2 decent midfielders.
I think that this is a really good question from Matthew Marsden. Yeah, if Sheffield United get Champions League, Klopp or Wilder for manager of the year. So at the moment, if Liverpool maintain their form, it's got to be Klopp because of the amount of
That
games
Chris
they've won.
Wilder is one of the best managers. I remember him manager of Oxford, and he went to Northampton, but he was Oxford and he won the League 2 with Oxford.
You've got to give Wilder a really
He's been
special
absolutely
mention.
outstanding, he has.
You've got to give him a special mention because he is the only manager, I think, now I may be wrong about this, but I'm sure he's the only manager who has won promotion from each division in the EFL and is now a Premier League manager. I don't think there's anybody else who in recent times has won a promotion as a manager from each.
No, because he took Oxford up.
Took Oxford up.
He went to Northampton, but he didn't win them promotion. Then he went to Sheffield United, gone up from League 1 to the Championship.
And then from Championship up. So yeah, it was Oxford, because I remember his Oxford team were absolutely sublime. An Oxford team which actually featured Kimar Roof back then. Hell of a team. Great question there, Matthew. Callum Whitman, it's almost like the mentality around the place is at the low, nobody knows what's happening, don't even think Flynn has a clue what's happening. The thing is though, mate, right, Flynn's done a great job for 3 seasons before, well for 2 and a bit seasons before. You don't just become a bad manager all of a sudden.
This will see how good he actually is as a manager this season. Whether he can come back from it. If we to be honest, I think if we finish 1 bottom, or 3rd bottom, 2 points in front of relegation, you've got to look at the end of the season and say, yeah, we've just gone on free fall. If he starts picking up results here and there, then...
Yeah, I mean, you've got to review things every season. You've got to look forward and not look back. I mean, I keep referencing what he's done in the past, and we've got to look at moving forward, of course. But because of what he's done in the past, we should have a bit more faith in him to do things.
The only thing
good.
I will say, I think if it was any other manager, he would have been sacked by now.
Possibly, but then at a club like ours, I mean, Mansfield maybe, you know, we're expecting to get promoted. We're not expecting promotion. We shouldn't expect it. We should just be glad that we'd be in the mix if we are there. How far can Wales go in the Euros? I think they could go. I reckon they could do really well in the Euros.
Depends what sort of route we get, like we did in the last Euros. If we can win the league and win the group and to get an easier route like we did, but then beating Belgium in a quarter-final was an easy route, was it really? And then getting Portugal in the semis.
So I think Wales could do well. I wouldn't expect. I mean, in the end of the day, right? The last Euros we got the semi-final. This is a very good comparison with the Flynn comparison, right? would it be a failure if Wales don't make a semi again? Because it would be one worse than the last time. Different manager, different tournament, but would it be a failure if they don't get the semis
I don't
again?
know, because you can't. What you got to look at is a 4-year difference.
Or if we're looking to progress, is not getting to the final a failure? Of course it's not.
It's different.
That's the
International
point.
football, it's a 4-year difference, isn't it? If you look in 4 years' time and you say, right, Flynn, you look over the last 3 years, he's improved every season. So
Labs is saying that it has to be Wilder. I mean, there's a strong case for him, of course, but the way Klopp is going at the moment, Klopp is about to lead Liverpool into becoming the greatest Premier League team of all time. How can you not win Manager of the Year? You know, how can you give it to somebody who's only qualified for the Champions League if he does get them there? I mean, he's got to be specially recognised, of course, but you can't. If Klopp ends up turning Liverpool into the greatest Premier League of all time, you can't give anybody else Manager of the Year, no matter what they do. Even if Sheffield United finished second, you couldn't do it. Jason Azalida says Kev is bald.
because glasses on then.
Yeah, fair play. RB4 for you, who was better for County, Butler or Haynes? I think we touched on this one earlier. Sheffield United was not even thought of as a top 10 candidate. Most people predicted them to finish rock bottom. And I know, Labs, you said that Klopp is expected to win the Premier League. Well, actually, no. Man City and Pep Guardiola are expected to win the Premier League because of the money that they've got and because of the domination that they've had over the last 2 years. But Liverpool have just been sublime this year. I think a lot of Man City's points being lost is because Liverpool keep freaking winning and they keep getting disheartened by it. Haynes can't cross his legs, let alone a football.
We already touched on this. We said Haynes is no good attacking. He's a better. I think he's a better defender than Butler.
So Luke makes a good point. How are PSG not getting done? The French league make nothing compared to the Premier League. PSG should definitely be getting done, and I hope they're the next ones on UEFA's list. Elliot H, for me, Arteta will be one of the best managers in the world given time. I feel he'll bring Arsenal back to competing in 2 to 3 years. Bit like Spurs when they got Poch with the youth coming through too. Well, Arsenal got a lot of good promising players coming through at the moment.
To be fair, I think Arteta tactically could become one of the best managers in the Premier League for tactics.
And am I crazy, or have Man City taken a bit of a dip since he's left?
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah,
maybe
that's
he was part. He was part of the magic. Maybe.
Of it, yeah.
Arteta, future Barcelona manager too. That's if Guardiola don't go back there. You never know. Callum, if we could bring back one player from last season, who would it be?
For me, it'd have to be Semenyo.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I was going to say Regan Poole, but Semenyo at the moment.
I wouldn't say Regan Poole. The reason I didn't say Poole was because I think our defensive record was better this year than it was last year. To be honest, but Semenyo, for me, or the Labadie we had last season.
But then, to be honest, I'd say Semenyo because it's goals where we're lacking, and he could
Well,
add that.
Although he didn't score the goals, he set a lot up.
Yeah.
He brought people into play.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine him and Green at front together with Hammond or Matt in the middle. Oof. Matthew Marsden, who would take over Man City if Pep goes? They arguably have the best manager or biggest manager name in the world. They've got the biggest name, but have they actually got the best manager? Because you look at where Guardiola's gone, he's always had bucket loads of money to spend. He's always had a ready-made squad with bucket loads of money to spend.
Maybe
to add
Michael
to it.
Flynn. Wesley, that'd be good.
But to be honest with you, with the next step for Man City, personally, I think you'd be looking at someone like the ex-Dortmund manager who's now at Paris, Tuchel, is it?
Well, I think the next step for City, to be honest, would be someone like Company, going down that road, ex-player maybe.
Now that could be a shake, because I think the Liverpool job for when Klopp does eventually go, because I think he will, is Gerrard. Gerrard's ready-made. Rangers are looking after them at the moment, but he'll be ready-made Liverpool manager, I think. Look, guys, we got to catch up now because we got to get on to the trivia, but we will extend this for as long as we need to. It is a 3,000 subscriber special, so if we go over the hour, we go over the hour. You know, what's better, the Premier League or the Championship? Pound for pound, the Championship is the most competitive. Although the Premier League, there's nothing better than the Premier League at the moment, is there really? Do you think we can get a result Wednesday and possibly go on to win the tournament? I think we got every chance to, because on our day we can play really well. We're just not consistent enough.
I just think if it's Pompey or Exeter, I think it's a step too far, to be honest, in the final.
So we took the flag Charlton made of Justin saying he made you dream again to them. Very sad day yesterday, but lost and rightly to we were poor.
No, best team lost apparently. According to
What?
Michael Flynn yesterday.
No, we're talking Cheltenham and
Oh,
Leighton
Cheltenham,
Orient.
right,
Elliot
okay.
Elliot is a Leighton Orient
right.
fan. Come on the port. Should we be playing more of our youth players? For me, we should recall Dom Jeffries and start him at right wing back, and we should play Collins
Well,
more.
Collins, apparently, Flynn said yesterday in the Argus report was that he was probably the best player on the pitch when he came on. Collins, he was on for 15 minutes. So what does that tell you? Start him.
Start him. So Liam Luxury is in. What are you talking about? Football, mate. I'm an Oldham fan. Right, so you obviously don't know football that well. Joking. No, don't go and cry now.
Speak to somebody about it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, being an Oldham fan, you know, your club is that bad. Paul Scholes, how long was he there for? About a week or two before he decided that he'd had enough already. Fucking hell. I think that could have been awesome. That Paul Scholes is your manager. Jeez. 24 if you win, only 12 likes. However, get those thumbs up going, guys. The more you like, the more interaction you give us, the more money this channel makes for the club. EW Labs, I'm a United fan as well, but I hate Salford as much as everyone else. Good for you, mate. Jesus, I think we're well behind on all these. Guys, I've got to catch up. So I've got to scroll all the way down. Right. So I'm glad you guys have been able to have a little bit of a chat amongst yourselves, but we have got to get onto the trivia now. So it's 36 minutes in. We're getting onto the trivia, so apologies if we've missed some of your comments on this. But it's trivia time. So Kevin, are you going to participate in this? Kevin hasn't seen any of these questions. Kevin will whisper to me what he thinks the answers are, and I'll tell him whether he's right or wrong, just so we don't give the answers away to you guys. There's no direct giveaway for getting any of these right, but having a go and getting them right play a part in the contribution to you eventually being awarded with the shirt. So Kev, would you like to show the shirt one more time? One more time before we kick into the trivia. This could be yours at the end, and I'm sure there's a couple of people we've got our eye on already to potentially end up winning this. I mean, I know I got about 3 people who I'm thinking of at the moment, but it could all change with this trivia, guys. So stick around and get involved. Trivia, question number 1. Which 3 teams have won the Serie A at least 10 times? So the 3 teams who play in the Serie A who've won it at least 10 times. Kev, do you know?
May have a clue of a few of them.
So Luke Hankey says Juventus, that's correct.
AC Milan.
You also whisper.
Am I alright?
Oh, well, so Luke Hankey'd already said it anyway. And then Inter's the last one. Yeah. Luke coming in with all of them. I mean, Lab's got them all right.
Milan and Juventus, that's easy now.
So Paul Dixon says Roma. Nick Muller says Lazio. They were all incorrect. It was Inter Milan, AC Milan and Juventus. Kicking off with a nice easy one to start with, guys. So number 2. Daniel Sturridge became the 4th player to score 20 or more Premier League goals in a season for Liverpool. Who were the previous 3? Who were the previous 3 people? Sir? No, for Liverpool.
Oh, Liverpool.
For Liverpool.
Right, okay.
For Liverpool. Matthew Marsden has just donated £2. You are an absolute gem. Thank you, Matthew.
If it's Liverpool, then it's probably going to be...
So, as I say, Daniel Sturridge became the 4th player to score 20 or more Premier League goals in a Premier League season for Liverpool. Who are the previous 3? Yep, Kev's got one of them right. Fowler is correct, Labs. Luke Hankey, Fowler, Owen, Torres. 2 out of 3. It was Fowler and Torres. And then Paul Dixon makes up the 3rd one, which Kev just whispered to me. It's Suarez, so there we go. You guys have done well there. So Michael Owen, I was quite surprised it wasn't a win myself.
Rush didn't play in the Premier League.
He did, but he didn't score as many goals as that.
Did he? He was still around?
Oh yeah. Well, Rush actually came off the bench to play against Newcastle in that famous 4-3.
Dalglish was manager, wasn't he, at the time as well?
No. It was under Roy Evans, mind. Rush, I think Rush played. He actually played up until about
one of his last games, his last season.
I think Rush played up until about 1999. I think he ended up playing for Leeds and Newcastle after Liverpool for a little bit. So there we go. I thought Gerrard might have been, but he wasn't. No, it was Fowler, Torres, and Luis Suarez. So yeah, got through that pretty quickly. Now there's a few add-ons to these guys. I've got to write this one down. Right, okay. Now this one's a bit of a more difficult one. Right, 3 managers from Euro '96 would later go on to manage an English club. Name them. So 3 managers from the nations who competed in Euro '96 would go on to manage an English club after the tournament at some point. So who are they? So what we're going to establish is who were the 3 managers and which clubs they ended up managing and which country they were manager of at the time during the tournament. So Roy Hodgson is incorrect. Hoddle is incorrect. Bainswell boy Venables is correct, right? So we got one of them. So Terry Venables, who was he manager of though? Who was Terry Venables manager of in the Euro '96? Do you remember the Euro '96, Kev? I remember it quite well. It was a really, really good tournament. Fair play. One of the best Euros that I can ever really remember. So Matthew Marsden, England, yes. So what the first answer is, Terry Venables was manager of England during Euro '96, and he went on to manage who we got there. So people are saying Spurs. He was Spurs manager before that. So he was manager of 3 English teams after that. Leeds was one of them, as RB4 says. Spurs was not one of them afterwards. So Gus Hiddink, Chelsea, correct. Yes, who was Gus Hiddink the manager of in the Euro '96 then? Van Gaal is incorrect. Again, Spurs is incorrect for Venables because he was the manager before them. So Bobby Robson is incorrect. Brooklyn Lee says Leeds. Yes, Terry Venables was manager of Leeds, but 2 other English clubs after Euro '96. So Colin Simmons, correct, mate. Gus Hiddink was the Holland manager. Was that?
No.
That was before Euro '96
Was it?
as well.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So Kevin thought QPR was one of them for Venables, but that was before the Euro '96. So yeah. So Hiddink was the Holland manager during the Euro '96, and he did go on to manage Chelsea, and that was the only one. But we're still missing one manager, and we're still missing 2 teams of Venables. So Venables didn't manage Liverpool, no. Arrigo Sacchi, nope, that's incorrect. So Javier Clemente, no, he never actually managed in England, Clemente, but I think he was the Spain manager during the Euro '96. So not a bad shape, you got him right. So Venables was Palace, yes, that's one of them. There was one more.
Ooh,
There was one more. No,
No.
he was a player during then.
Oh, '96. Yeah,
I don't think he actually played. No,
he did manage them.
Croatia,
Did
yeah.
manage Croatia.
So
that
FMV
legal?
says Craig Brown, yes, that's our 3rd manager.
Yeah.
I mean,
Scotland.
yeah, well, Kevin's got the correct answer for who he managed during Euro '96, but which English team did he manage? Just remember, these don't have to be Premier League teams. He managed an English team, so Bertie Votes is incorrect. I think he was the Germany manager, but Venables Watford, no. So Venables Palace, yes, but not Watford. Bertie Votes is incorrect. I had nothing on that one, fair play. So Labs, a little bit before your time, is it, mate? So well done, FMV. Craig Brown is definitely correct. Come on, the Port has got the Craig Brown one correct. It was Preston. Didn't do too well there, so he didn't last there very long. But yeah, he was the Preston manager. Bradford is incorrect. Villa's incorrect. So Craig Brown, Preston, yeah. Carlos AG, in your opinion, what's the best centre forward in League Two?
Podrick Hammond.
Although I'd say Owen Doyle. You've got to say Owen Doyle. RB4 has completed question 3 for us. It was Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Terry Venables went on to be Palace, then Middlesbrough, then Leeds manager, and Leeds was his last job in management following Euro '96, of course. So we're on to the 4th one, and this one, I got a feeling it's going to be tough, but I got a feeling there's going to be 1 or 2 of it that you're just going to fire straight in and have it right. But it is a who am I, but it's not an in-depth who am I. So who am I? I was the first player who was born in Poland to win the Premier League. First player who was born in Poland to win the Premier League. Who am I?
Ah.
First ever player born in Poland to win the Premier League.
No.
No.
No, I don't know.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to show you the answer, Kev.
Yeah, so Marva.
Oh, is that what you said?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
sorry,
said,
I didn't hear you properly.
Yeah.
Right, so this is obviously a little bit tougher than I thought it would be for you guys. Fair play. So Kanchelskis, that's incorrect. Kanchelskis,
He was Russian or
that's
something.
correct, yeah. So Czech is actually Czech. Fabianski has actually not won the Premier League. I mean, he was playing for Arsenal. No chance. So this is obviously tougher than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
this is
I
great.
know,
This is
straight
great.
away I had that.
If Kevin can get it, for fuck's sake,
Yeah.
guys, surely one of you out there should know it. So the first player who was born in Poland to win the Premier
It's the only
League.
Polish player I know.
There we go, lads.
Yeah.
Well done, mate. Yeah, it was
Thomas
Kuszczak.
Kuszczak.
Playing for who though? This one should be
Oh,
pretty
it's
easy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, playing for who? I mean, usually if we got Richard Pearson, yeah, and Labs and Luke County, you know,
It's easy, isn't
it
it?
usually fly through it. So Thomas Konchesky would have been a good shout actually, because he has got a bit of a Polish-looking name, and he does look a bit Polish, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's got that look about him. So Matthew Marsden says United, yeah. Thomas Kuszczak, Man United, as a backup goalkeeper, but he was the first player born in Poland to win the Premier League. Now, that's the end of my trivia. The floor is yours. So it is a first come, first serve on who wants to ask a question themselves. So from this point on, guys, Matthew Marsden, straight in there. You ask the first one then, mate. We want to get your one out the way with, because, yeah, we'll take some time on that. Now, me and Kev are going to work as a team on this one. Paul Dixon can ask second. Or Labs, are you saying yeah, as in yeah, I got the right answer, or yeah, you want to ask a question? You got it. Yeah, me. Right, so you're third then, Labs. So Matthew, get your question ready. Paul, get yourself ready for question number 2. Labs, get your question ready for question number 3. Whoever asks next will get number 4, and then we're cutting it off at 4. But if we've got time, we will introduce a 5th. So yeah, ask a question. So Labs is third. Who's going to be 4th? Who wants to be the 4th person to ask a question? In the meantime, Kev, let's show them the shirt again. Let's show them what's really up for grabs at the moment. Here it is. Third kit from last season. Yeah, that's the one. Third kit from last season, signed by last season's squad. So, Real Deal wants to ask a question, wants to be 4th. So, Real Deal, you can be 4th. RB 4, you can be 5th if we got time. So,
Lucas Lever and John Obi McCall.
right, so Matthew Marsden, I played with Dietmar Hamann, Marcos Alonso, Yossi Benayoun, Lucas Lever, and John Obi Mikel.
I said, well, saying that, Mikel didn't play at Liverpool, but Yossi Benayoun played at Liverpool and West Ham.
And Chelsea.
He did at Chelsea, so it's going to be a Chelsea.
Dietmar Hamann played.
Was at Chelsea.
Dietmar Hamann was at Newcastle and
Was he
Liverpool.
right? Okay.
Marcos Alonso has only
sure.
really played for Chelsea in England, but it's not doesn't
sure.
necessarily mean.
I'm sure Hamann was at Chelsea, a starter, maybe not. But Newcastle, it's going to, it's a Newcastle player then, Newcastle Chelsea player, isn't it?
I think it'll have something, maybe have something to do with Liverpool. Lucas Lever, John Obi
I was going to say,
Mikel.
maybe Frank Lampard. Because Lampard would have played with Yossi Benayoun at West Ham as well.
But what about Hamann? But was Yossi Benayoun at West Ham at the same time
Yeah,
as Lampard?
I think he was. He just left.
I'm
I'm just trying to think of all the ones who played with Lucas Lever. Who did he play at?
Liverpool.
Yeah, but anyone else in the Premier League?
No one else in the Premier League, no.
Right, so
I want to say Fernando Torres. Matthew, I'm going with Fernando Torres. He's going to come back and say, no, not Torres. No, see, told you.
played with Hamann, Alonso, Benayoun, Lever. So Benayoun played for Liverpool, West Ham, and Chelsea.
Remember, John Obi
Obi
Mikel
Mikel was only
also.
at Chelsea. He didn't play for anyone else.
John Obi Mikel also played at Middlesbrough last season, didn't he?
Didn't Haman? Where did Haman go after Liverpool?
I can't remember, to be honest with you. I don't. Man City, wasn't it? Man City he went to after Liverpool. So Haman went to Man City after Liverpool.
It's got to be a Liverpool player, surely. But why would Obi Mikel be in it? Because he never played for Liverpool, so...
Then
But
be-
Yossi Bernium played for Chelsea.
Mm.
But you say Haman never. I got a feeling he did, but I could be wrong.
Is it Daniel Sturridge? Because Daniel Sturridge may have played with Haman at Man City, and then Alonso at Chelsea,
Possibly,
Benny
yeah,
Young
yeah.
at Chelsea, Lever at Liverpool, John Obi Mikel at Chelsea. Is it Daniel Sturridge? So Bruno, I conquered all the chippies I just subbed and liked. Good man, thank you very much. I'm glad so many people like that video. That's gone ultimately viral at the moment. It's become within a couple of weeks, it's become our most popular video. It's crazy. So am I correct then with Daniel Sturridge? Finally, well done, Taff. You got a question of mine right. Yes, I got it, Daniel Sturridge. Fuck you, Matthew. Fuck you. Get in there. Daniel Sturridge. Yeah, because Haman would have been City.
Man City, yeah.
Yeah. Finally, well done, Taff. You got one of my questions right. Yes. Right then, who's next?
Paul, wasn't it?
Paul Dixon. Get yourself ready, mate. Yours is next. And because we got Matthews relatively quickly, wonder if I'll get Labs. I'll probably get Labs wrong now. I want to go, because I got Matthews right, I've set the bar for myself now. I've got to get them all right tonight. But with your help, of course, Kev, I'm sure we'll do it. I'm sure we'll conquer Taff Live. The viewers, we'll conquer the viewers. So Kian Willis is saying, come on, Cheltenham. Why would you want to say something like that, mate? Jeez.
He's on about the horse racing.
Ah,
Cheltenham
yeah.
World Cup.
Yes. Who are you sticking your money down on for that? If you've got a tip for me. So usually one of us gets
There's a
it.
horse called Wesley's Gone.
Brian Clough retired in 1993. How many managers a date have managed
Jesus
Nottingham
Christ.
Forest? Jesus fucking Christ, yeah.
93, right, so... I would like to say probably 8. But... I don't know why. I don't think it's been loads.
Mm.
But 93, so you're looking what? 17...
To date, from 1993. They've had loads, mate. They've had loads.
Yeah.
This is just going to be a stab in the dark.
I think it's 8. I don't know why, you just got 8 in my head.
No, I think that's
Because
loads.
his son, obviously Nigel managed them, didn't he?
Yeah.
Nigel Clough managed them, but he went, did he go out twice?
No, there was Derby you went to twice, I think.
Was it?
Wasn't it? Or Burton. Something like that. But to be honest with you, this would have to just be a guess. This is a very, very tough question. This one is even
And I
harder
couldn't
than
even tell
Matthews.
you who they are because I don't know much about
No, I know
Forest.
Stuart Pearce has been manager there. I know Paul Warburton's been manager there. There's no
I'd
telling.
say 8 myself.
I'm going to go with 15, Paul. I'm going to say 15. So Matthew Marsden. Oh, so Bolton, Chelsea. So Benny Young was at Chelsea. Marcus Alonso was at Bolton. I didn't realise
Bolton,
Alonso played for
right.
Bolton. Jeez. Lucas Lever at Liverpool, obviously, and Mick was Trabzonspor.
Oh, right.
Trabzonspor. We will win 1-0 against you, says Kian Willis. You probably will, given our current track record. So who was the guy who was singing I Conquered All the Chippies? The guy who was singing that song was our friend, Robert Taylor. He is an absolute legend, and he was actually my best man at my wedding. Believe it or not, Bruno. So how many did I say? I said 15, didn't I? 15, I'm saying. So Paul Dixon says, no, it's not. So 15 for the question that Paul asked. So Bruno, what we do a bit of a trivia. I ask 4 questions. I think you missed our 4. But we give it to the floor then and give other people the opportunity to ask questions themselves. So
33, Jesus
bloody hell.
Christ.
33. Although I didn't get the opportunity to go through that. That doesn't count as me getting it wrong because the answer was given me too quickly. Taff, I'm going to Newport versus Salford. What do I expect to see? A tough game. A tough game that
And a
will
load
win.
of druggies.
Well, there's that coming down from Salford, of
Yeah.
course, because they were off their tits. They were absolutely off their tits. Right, who was next in the questions then? Was it Labs?
Labs, yeah.
Labs, on you go, Labs. On you go, mate. I was a teammate of Martin Petrov, Sergio Aguero, Frank Lampard, Nigel de Jong, and David Silva.
Right, so
James Milner.
I was going to just say Milner. I was going to say it's your Man City.
Majority Man City.
Yeah.
Frank Lampard would have played with Milner on loan from New York City. Sergio Aguero, Nigel de Jong was at Man City at the same time. So it was no. Oh, bloody hell. And the Milner one would have been Martin Petrov at so it would have been Martin Petrov at what's the names? Was it did he play for Villa?
Villa, yeah.
Martin Petrov, I'm sure he played with Milner at Villa.
Sergio Aguero, Lampard, De Jong, and Silva. Right. So
Silva.
I would say the other four are Man City. Right?
Yeah.
Petrov was Villa. I'm just trying to think who played for Villa.
Did Petrov also play for Bolton?
Who played for them? Who went to? It could be Bolton. And who was a Bolton sign? Because they signed a decent striker, the player, didn't he? When he worked in somewhere on the lines of me thinking, who was the manager? Hasselbank. Someone on that calibre of manager. I think they had a player go there playing for them. I'm sure they do.
Well, they've had a few good players, Bolton have, mind you.
But I'm just thinking it's got to be someone that's played for Man City for them four. Petrov, I'm sure, was Villa.
I think it's the Villa connection. So
Milner would have been Villa. But
I'm going to revise my answer and say Gareth Barry.
Yeah, because Man City, yeah.
One Labs, are we saying Gareth Barry? But that's what Matthew said. I'm going to say Gareth Barry.
I'll give you a hint.
That will change the way you look at it if you can
get it.
If you can.
All right.
Right, okay. No, not Barry. Well, give us that hint then, mate. Go on. Les Scott. Now, there's a shake, you know. But wouldn't have played with Martin Petrov, though. Because Martin Petrov wouldn't have played at Everton or Wolves.
I got a funny feeling. Right.
So there's no Man City connection. Well, no, that's just spun the whole thing out of fucking control now, isn't it?
So if there's no Man City connection, how the hell do they play for him? So Aguero's Argentinian, Lampard's English, De Jong's Dutch, Silva's Spanish. So
it would have been other teams that he played for as well.
Well, so who did Aguero play?
So Sergio Aguero was at Atletico Madrid before.
Was Silva at Atletico Madrid?
David Silva was at Valencia. Right. Nigel de Jong would have been Hamburg before City.
Lampard was West Ham and Chelsea.
Yeah.
Petrov was Villa. I don't know where he went after that.
So Lampard, it may have been a West Ham connection there maybe. Martin Petrov would have been Villa.
So I wonder if we're looking at a Spanish with Aguero and Silva.
Aguero's Argentine, isn't he?
Yeah, but I'm on about he played for Spanish clubs, didn't he?
Yeah.
De Jong played for a Spanish club. I'm sure he did.
No, I'm not
did
sure.
Did he play for Barca?
No.
Nigel De Jong?
No.
I'm sure he played for a big.
It was City. It was Hamburg before City. I'm sure it was. I'm sure he went to Italy after.
I wonder if there's a West Ham connection in, because unless it's Chelsea, but Lampard, I think Lampard's probably the one. I think Lampard's the link there, to be honest.
The thing is, if it's not the Man City connection with Lampard, is it the
it's got to be the West Ham one.
West Ham or Chelsea? I think there's someone who would have played at Villa with Petrov, or would have played at Bolton with Petrov. Because I'm thinking, I mean, if it wasn't for Aguero and Silva, I was thinking of Anelka would have played at Bolton with Petrov potentially, and at Chelsea with Lampard. But then Nigel de Jong, you wouldn't have put him with Nigel de Jong, David Silva, and all. Okay, no. David Silva before City was
See,
Valencia.
David Silva could even be it's a Spanish team.
Mm.
Might not be a club team.
Could be David Silva with Spain, yeah.
Yeah. Which could mean one Piqué. Because where would he have played with Aguero too? Where did Aguero play, did you say?
Atletico.
It's got to be someone that's played in Spain.
Mm.
It's got to be.
I think Martin Petrov played in Spain as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember who for though.
Not necessarily a Spanish player, but someone that's played in Spain. I think Lampard's got. It's going to be the Chelsea. I think. I don't think it's West Ham. Trying to think. The only one I can think of really, unless there's someone so. It's not going to be Bilic, is it? I don't think Bilic was playing. Well, saying that, would he have been? No, Thomas Repka. I'm just trying to think who was there when Lampard was there at West Ham. Who would be a foreigner?
Thought of someone then, but then it broke.
Thomas Repka. Who did Thomas Repka play for?
Don't think.
He played in Spain. I don't think he did.
No. Thomas Repka.
I'm just trying to think who was there when Lampard was. You got Thomas Repka. I think Bilic might have been. I'm not sure. I think Bilic should finish before Lampard. I'm not sure.
You had Joe Cole, Carrick.
Yeah, I don't think it's an Englishman. I think it's. But did Joe Cole? Yeah, Joe Cole didn't play.
I think the Lampard thing has got to be Chelsea. It's got to be a Chelsea connection with Lampard.
And I think Petros a Villa one. I'm so sure it was this Villa.
And who would have played at Villa and in Spain?
Any Spanish players who played for Villa?
Can't think.
Goalkeeper maybe. Oh, we could be clear off the track, and look, we're looking at Aguero for Argentina. So you've got Mascherano.
Did he play with Lampard
at West Ham?
No, Mascherano was at West Ham after Lampard had left. Good shape though.
Could be because the Mascherano played with
David Silva. Wouldn't have played with David Silva though. That's the only thing. I'm stumped on this one, lads. You've got me by the bollocks, mate. Fucking hell, look at all this. Did not play for Man City. So no one had said it. Go on, then. Put us out of our fucking misery, then, labs. That is an absolute corker. That one is. I bet you he's gonna come out with someone. Yep. As I said, we give up. Let us know. Fucking eager for this one now. So T Black, so what year will you get into the Premier League? Fucking hell. You book ain't in the Premier League. Ain't gonna happen. Fernando Torres.
Spain.
Let's go back. Let's go and have a look. So
Torres at Chelsea with Lampard.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, let's go back up and we'll connect the dots now.
Obviously the Spanish link.
So Martin Petrov.
Silva and Petrov,
I think Petrov must have played at Atletico because unless it was
Aguero was at the left.
Atletico, yeah.
So that's that. When what's the De Jong winner?
AC Milan.
Possibly.
AC Milan it was. David Silva was Spain.
Yeah.
Nigel de Jong was definitely AC Milan because he went to AC Milan, didn't he, for a little bit? Torres did. I think he might have been on loan there. But Nigel de Jong had gone to AC Milan from City. I thought he'd gone to Italy, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Fucking hell, that's a good one, mate. Well done.
Aguero, Atletico Madrid.
De Jong, AC Milan, Lampard, Chelsea. Martin
Spain.
Petrov, Atletico. Yeah. Here we go, fucking hell.
Nice one.
Hell of a question. Who was the next one? Is Callum selling his season ticket? If so, then I'm interested in buying it.
I'll give you a fiver for it.
Come on, don't push the boat out, Kev. Jeez. Well done. Right then. Who's the next one? Who's the next question? Do you remember?
Do we have 4?
It's too far to scroll up. Who's your favourite team abroad?
Wales.
No. My favourite abroad team would be. I don't think I've got one, to be honest with you. Although I quite like Dortmund.
I've always said if it was a team, it's Barcelona because of Messi. And if wherever Messi goes, then because I think he's the best in the world. So, but I haven't got one really neither.
So Matthew Marsden has another question. Matthew Marsden.
Come on, then.
Well, we'll take another question from you as long. But the thing is, there was other people who wanted to ask one.
Easy one. Can you remember?
Right then.
Yes. 103.
Is that correct now before? Luke, I'd imagine it's outside the UK, he wants to know. Favourite championship team? Yep, there we go. Well then, Kevin's clever as well, you know. Favourite championship team? Favourite team in the championship?
You got one. I'll tell you a worst team in the championship.
Go on.
Cardiff City.
Oh, there's that. Opinions on Mullets? I think they're in.
Probably favourite team.
I think Kevin would
Probably
agree.
favourite team in the championship. I wouldn't say I got one, but Swansea, because I like Swansea. I like to see them do well. So.
Any of you ever had a mullet haircut? I'm sure Kev had one.
Never had
back in his day.
Never had a mullet.
Have you ever actually had hair?
I used to get a flat top, as you say.
Ever been to Aberdeen? I have.
Yeah.
Who's your least favourite player in the world? Ooh.
Oh shit. I don't know. Could be.
Least favourite player in the world.
In the world, Christ! I wouldn't say I got one. I can tell you my favourite is. I don't know about least favourite.
Paul Pogba. I think the guy's a cock.
Diego Maradona.
So Leeds. Yeah, I do like Leeds. They should definitely be back into the Premier League. Let me stump you tonight, Taff. Oh. Should we let Matthew have one last question?
Yeah, go on.
Go on in, Matthew. Go on in, mate. Opinions on bonnets.
Depends what you got on a bonnet. If it's a naked woman,
then
it's good.
How do you reckon Fernandes will get on at United? He's a good enough player. He should be able to do well. Kevin definitely has a bullet gullet written over his face. Oh, you guys. Got the yawning on. Neymar or Sancho? Neymar at the moment, but Sancho will be good. Neymar will be good. I played with Jerome Boateng, Steven Nzonzi, Yuri Zhirkov, John Terry, and Alan Hutton. Who am I?
John Terry, Alan Hutton. That's got to be Villa, surely.
Yuri Zhirkov, I'm not sure. Steven Nzonzi has played.
Zhirkov, I couldn't tell you who he played for.
Jerome.
I think Terry and Hutton's got to be the Villa link.
Do you know that Luke County? How many games did Len Way play for County? Do you know?
Fuck knows. Before my time.
Will Liverpool stay unbeaten in the Premier League? I think they got a bloody good chance of doing it.
So right, we'll play Jerome Boateng. Did he play for Villa?
Jerome Boateng has been at Bayern Munich for quite a while.
Yeah, didn't he play? Did he play? He didn't play in this country, did he?
Don't think so. Don't think so.
It was a Boateng that played in this country. I don't think
George Boateng.
Right.
It was a Dutchman.
Steven Nzonzi. Wasn't he Bolton or someone like that?
Blackburn.
Blackburn.
And Stoke.
Right, okay. Hutton was Villa. Whether he went anywhere else, I don't know.
Yeah, Yuri Zhirkov.
Blackburn?
Yuri Zhirkov played for...
I don't even know who he is.
He's a winger, a Russian winger or Ukrainian. Played for Chelsea. So that could be a John Terry connection there.
Yeah. Don't think Alan Hutton played. Unless he played... Because I'm sure Hutton was Villa.
Hutton's been Villa for a long time since he left Rangers. But there could be the Rangers connection, mind. For someone who was good at Rangers.
Larson, maybe? No, it wouldn't be Henry Larson, would it?
No, not at Rangers, no.
Jerome Boateng. What nationality is he? German?
I'm trying to think of this striker. What's his name?
Jerome Boateng? What nationality is he?
German, yeah.
German, yeah.
I think it's his brother who plays for Ghana. Who's that striker? Used to play for Rangers, signed for Everton, played for Villa and Hull. I think, yeah. He was a foreign striker, Eastern European country. Oh, I can't think of his fucking name now. Boateng City connection, potentially.
City connection. Man City.
Hutton Hutton also played for Spurs. That's a good.
Who played for Spurs?
Jelavic. That's what I was thinking of. Jelavic, who played for Rangers and played in England for Everton and all that, and Hull. Then there's no John Terry connection then, is there, with Jelavic?
Well, I don't know, it could be Chelsea. Because Jelavic was
Barry
Chelsea.
Ferguson. Barry Ferguson. No, it wouldn't be Barry Ferguson. No, I'm
the more chance of being Alex Ferguson.
I'm fucking stumped on this one. Go on, Matthew. You've got me tonight. Well done, mate. Who is it? Because we got to declare a winner, haven't we now?
Yeah.
We've got to. We've got to declare a winner.
David Weir.
Christopher Samba.
What?
Who will win the Euros this year? The Euros, it'll be... I got a feeling for Belgium this time.
Yeah.
Belgium. You know, every time there's a major international tournament, there's always at least one gambling site that allows you to like bet on a team, and every time they win, you get a free bet. So I'm going to go with Belgium on that.
Come on, give us the answer then, Matt.
Go on then, Matty. Let's be having it. Boateng, Hertha Berlin, Nzonzi Blackburn, Zhirkov Dynamo Moscow, Terry, and I am Chris Samba.
I fucking wouldn't have got that.
Never. Not even a hope in hell. Well done, mate. Fucked us over then, mate. Come on, the port got it right though.
Did, yeah. Even when he said it, I still didn't fucking link to him.
So tonight, we've had some good questions, we've had some good points raised, and we've had some good trivia done. I think I've got about 6 people in mind for the shirt. So 6 people I've got in mind. I mean, the usual 2 gotta be in there: Labs and Matthew Marsden. Callum Whittington.
Who asked us a question we couldn't get?
Paul Dixon.
Because I thought that stumped us, that dude.
That was a tricky one, that one, wasn't it?
Was.
Really, really tricky one. But then, so, right, and I'm going to make up a short list now. So we're going to take some names. This is a big giveaway, you know. So we got Labs, Matthew Marsden, Paul Dixon, Callum Whittington, Come on the Port. Who else have we had tonight? Let's go. Luke Cainty's got to be in for a shade.
Give it. Well, with Christopher Samba, put his name down.
Oh yeah.
Paul Gobbett. Hoopala.
God, weedy
Who is he anyway?
Paul Gobbett, yeah. I've heard the name. I'm not quite sure. RB4's got to be a mention for this one tonight. Would there really be anybody else? It's going back through it. We're going to scroll all the way back down. But looking at it, I don't think there's going to be anybody else really.
No.
It's a shame FMV went. Nick Muller went as well. But I think we got our guys here, haven't we?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we got our guys. That's it. That's our shortlist. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-man shortlist. Yeah, to win it. So, what we're gonna do then, right? We've made up a shortlist. I want EW Labs, Matthew Marsden, Paul Dixon, Callum Whittington, Come on the Port, Luke County, and RB4 to all basically give us 5 words only. Think of 5 words only on why you should get the shirt. 5 words only. What do you reckon, Kev? Do you think that's a good way of splitting them up? We'll split them up. So we're going to go through a process of elimination now. So we're going to pick the best 2 5 words. And we're on 1 hour and 15.5 minutes. We're going to give you until 1 hour 20 to determine what 5 words you're going to use on why you should get it. So EW Labs, Matthew Marsden, Paul Dixon, Callum Whittington, Come on the Port, Luke County, and RB4. I want you all always contribute to every stream. Labs, I'm going to give you an 8 out of 10 for that one. I like that one. RB4, I love the Amber Army. Actually, no, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what we're giving. And we're going to do 0.5s as well. So, Kev, what do you reckon on Labs one? So always contribute to every stream. I know I just said 8, but I'm going to change my mind on that one. I'm thinking more. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Right. I love the Amber Army.
Huh? Yeah.
Okay, I will raffle for club. Really?
Yeah.
Look at that, don't usually win these giveaways.
That's a good one as well. Yeah.
Always try but never win. Well, that's just as good.
Yeah.
So, Callum Whittington, Paul Dixon, and Matthew Marsden. Luke Henry, I know where you live. There we go, we got a winner. Nah, just joking. But
Don't know where you live, though.
Paul Dixon, Callum Whittington, and Matthew Marsden, you've literally got just under 3 minutes. Michael Flynn doesn't deserve criticism.
Like
Actually, I'll give you a 2 out of 10 for that one personally, because he should get criticism. No one's devoid of criticism. Tricky questions weekly, donations, Candy. Callum Whittington, weed, AIDS, weed. Okay. So if Paul Dixon is still around, you've got 2 more minutes. Do you think FMV deserves to be in for a shape for it?
If you can add another 3 words onto it, yeah.
I'll tell you what then, FMV, fair play. You have been in on this. You've got your chance. You bought yourself an opportunity. Weedy being robbed should have won. There's a 1. That's a 1. That's a negative 1.
Already mad, Luke. Anyway.
Look, Callum Whittington want it on my wall.
Want one on your wall. He's already done one anyway.
Nah, but then
Swansea's the best.
that's
team
my
in the
real
world.
words. So I had a feeling that was only a joke one.
Yeah.
Probably should have gone with the joke one after your real one, mate. But you know, but it doesn't matter. We recognise that one. So
Swansea City are the best team in the world.
There's not 5, and it's not true. So that's a negative 1. So for Callum, Kev. Okay, FMV, you've got a very small amount of time. So is Paul Dixon still around?
Taking this piss. I think Rambo will be back in Prem.
I think he will be one day, yeah.
Yeah, for United.
Newport County for the promotion. I'm going to give you a 2 out of 10 for that one.
Mickey Mouse cut. I
Cup
like
cash
that.
cow. Yeah,
I like
that
that.
is good. But
You're not in
Weedy
it,
Age,
so-
you're not in it, mate. You're not in it. Taff thoughts on Robbie Haight.
What will West Ham's average attendance be in the Championship be? Probably 45, 50,000.
Bailey Girl saying I have 5 words. Chris Silverthorne has robbed Weedy. I'm going to give you a 1.5 on that one.
I give him 10 because we have. We
Not
have
robbed.
robbed him.
Not robbed Weedy. Come off it. Weedy's a cocksucker.
Yes, we robbed him. Fucking robbed him of all his dignity.
That's not when he's on his knees slurping on someone. So Paul Dixon, oh my God,
Come
you
on.
didn't stick around.
No,
The
he's gone.
time's up. Paul Dixon is eliminated from this. FMV, you got yourself an opportunity, but then you didn't see it through.
No, he's gone.
You were also eliminated, mate.
Where's Paul Dixon gone? Yeah, we
So
don't
now,
know either.
process of elimination, we are now down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right then, so thank you on your 5 words on why you should win. We have round 2 now. It's not going to be the only one. You're getting scored on 3 rounds now, guys. So the next round, Kevin, you going to come up with something for them?
Okay. Let's have a think. Who do you think should be player of the season for the county and why?
Okay. 6.5 racing bar number, yeah. Yeah, let's get the kids involved with that one, mate. Sorry, Sam G, we're past the trivia question. We're past the trivia part now.
Yeah, so the question is, who do you think's going to be player of the season for county and why they deserve to be?
So up to this point now.
Up to this point, yeah.
Up to this point now. I mean, for me, there's only one. Scott Bennett's most consistent player. Out of 10. It's your question. You can.
We go and lose the drops today. You fucking want to see it, do you? Right, who put the first one? Scott Bennett there. Problem is, they're all on big fucking.
Scott Bennett because he's the most consistent.
Right,
So
yeah, give him.
So Labs, Josh Sheehan, only player to be consistent week in, week out and never loses or drops his head.
But because I don't agree with some of that.
I don't be letting them know. Luke County, Bennett, 7 out of 10 minimum every game.
Freddie Mac, Luke. Have to be that same as that, doesn't it, really?
Josh Sheehan because he's the county best and most important player.
Mag him the same as the other one.
They were looking for come on the port and RB4. RB4 Josh Sheehan, I think, because technical ability and he is crucial to us.
Same, man. It's going to have to be.
Okay. So come on the port we're waiting for now. We're going to give you until.
One in, I think, as well.
So we're just waiting on come on the port. Come on the port. We're making you earn this, guys. Whoever wins this is going to bloody earn it. So being a good contributor for the stream got you into this competition.
I can't believe no one's put Robbie Wilmot.
For me, Josh Sheehan, he has the most tackles in League 2 this season. The way he has played this season after his horror injury is remarkable. Only consistent player this season.
So is that come on the port? For his reason, give him that.
Yeah, okay.
Can't believe no one's picked fucking Robbie Wilmot.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I'd have gone with... I probably would have gone Bennett, personally, or Sheehan. So I think So I think, they're around about right.
You're banned.
We need. That's it, mate. You're done for. Right then, so the final one now, the final round, and then we're going to add all these up, and then we're going to declare a winner. So the final round, I'm going to say. Right, okay then. Who for you is the greatest footballer of all time and why? Now, I'm going to be doing the points on this one completely solely. The greatest footballer of all time and why? Now, isn't necessarily going to be whether I agree with whether they're the right football player, but your justification is going to be the key part of this. The justification, and you've got until 1 minute 30, and then we'll be declaring a winner of the shirt. So the justification on why they're the greatest player of all time. So from the beginning of football to this day, the greatest single footballer of all time and why. Your justification is what will earn you the points more than the choosing of the player. Obviously, if you say Fellaini Jardim, it doesn't matter what kind of justification you've got. But then if you say
like Rob Duffy or something like that, then you're stupid.
But then if you say basically Maradona because blah 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 and the justification is great, then you'd be more likely to get maximum points. If you say Marco van Basten or someone like that, or
I know mine would be
Pelé, those kind of players.
It's two for me.
Right, Lionel Messi, his technical ability, free kicks, what he's done for the game, how he's changed Barca in that Pep era and completely changed the false nine position. He's been the most consistent player. Okay, not a bad shape, lads. Not a bad shape. But the greatest player of all time now, guys. Like I say, your opinion isn't going to be the thing that matters. It's your justification that matters on this one. Your justification.
They give you a best English player ever. It'll be Gaza.
I thought you were going to say Mark Noble then.
No. Gaza, my best English player. Followed by Beckham, to be fair. The reason is because I think as a dead ball specialist, he was one of the best in the game.
Yeah. I mean,
if
you look at statistically, you've got to look at someone like Rooney as well, haven't you?
Well, yeah, but he just tops it.
Right then, Matthew Marsden, for me, Lionel Messi, the most consistent player, loyal, talented. I like the fact that you've mentioned loyalty on that one. Talented, flair, technical ability, and how he's changed football. And always in discussion for the best player ever.
I think the thing with Messi as well is not being an 8-8 striker either.
And before, I've not been around for long, but for me, it's Ronaldinho. His skills, both footed and completely idealised over the globe. His passing and product simply admired me, simply brilliant in my eyes. Okay, RB4, okay. I'm going to give you an 8. Callum Whitton, Ronaldinho, clinical things he can do, you simply can't teach. So skillful, scores goals that nobody would ever try, and he can play the perfect ball every time. He's Barcelona's best ever player.
No. I wouldn't agree with Barcelona's best ever player. I think Messi is. But great player, Ronaldinho.
No, like the fact that he's pointing out, about the fact that.
I'm just saying the last Barcelona's best player never.
I disagree with that point myself personally, but
the rest of
what I like is the fact that he says you simply can't teach.
No, he can't. He was
you will never emulate Ronaldinho, and that's why he was such a special player. And I like that point's been pointed out. So I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. All right, so hold on a minute. This is very close, by the way, guys. This is very, very close. Come on the port. Messi, for me, he has scored 498 goals for Barcelona. even though they have chopped and changed managers over the years, and the players around him have changed over the years, consistent no matter what. I like the fact you're bringing stats into it there. So we're waiting on Luke County.
Luke County disappeared now?
Come on, Luke. Did we miss Luke County somewhere along the line? Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
So Luke County's last
Was
post
Robbie's
has
played
been.
every position.
So we
back,
did say up until 1 minute 30.
Yeah, and if he's not here, he's left. Come on, you got 45 seconds.
All that Messi is missing. Personally, I'm not a fan of.
And he will never get one.
Individual. I'd say when it comes to individual.
Yeah. But point he's made here. You'll never get an international trophy with Argentina.
Then I don't think team things should count for players.
No.
You know, and their ability on why they're better than someone. A player can be better than someone, but be in the wrong team. I don't think an international honour would have been much of a difference for me. I mean, I know Pele won World Cups with Brazil and things like that, and that's why. But for me, that's why I wouldn't recommend. I'd always put Maradona above Pele.
Well, that's why West Ham are the best team in the Premier League, because they won the 1966 World Cup.
All right, then.
131. Luke's gone. It looks like.
Sorry, Luke, but you got eliminated right at the end. Right then. Right, personally, if we were saying best players ever, I'm quite surprised no one's mentioned Cristiano Ronaldo. But if to agree with my own opinion, I would have gone with Messi.
If you want to go back further, Johan Cruyff.
Johan Cruyff. Ooh.
Fantastic player in his time.
Oh yeah.
Done it for Holland as well. Done it internationally and for club.
Yeah, you got the likes of Franz Beckenbauer as well.
Yeah. And look,
late call for me, Dad. I'd go for Eusebio's a shape.
Look at Mateus.
Oh, Mateus, what a player. Paolo Maldini.
Yeah.
We could talk about players all night.
Yeah,
Alessandro Del Piero, what a player. Roberto Baggio. You know, there's so many amazing players. Anyway, guys.
Carlo Rossi.
We've come to the conclusion there, guys, and we do have a winner. And I'm going to read it out in order. So, what I want now is to make sure everybody who is in this now, right up until the end, is still here. So I want just a simple yes from Labs, Matthew Marsden, Callum Whittington, Come on the Port, and RB4. So we got RB4. So RB4 is here. Come on the Port is here. Labs is here. We're just waiting for Matthew and Callum, just so we know you're all watching. George Best, phone died.
George Best died as well.
I'll tell you what, go on, Luke. I'll give you a score for that at least, but it's not really going to make much of a difference for you because you've not won.
They're all in.
So everybody's here. Right then. So out of the 8, joint last was FMV and Paul Dixon for failing to enter right at the beginning. In 6th place with 23 points. So we scored out of 10 on each of those rounds and 23 points. Quite disappointed because this guy's usually at the top of the shot for everything. It's Labs. Sorry, Labs, but you missed out on this one. 23 points out of a possible 30. 3 people finished in joint 3rd, you can call it. That's Matthew Marsden, Luke County, and RB4. Luke had a very good shot of winning this until he came in late. I knocked you off points for late. Phone died was a really, really good reason for not giving a good thing, so I didn't knock it in too much. So I'm saying It's between two. It's between Callum and Come on the Port. And there's only a point in it on this one. But the winner of the shirt is Come on the Port. And lucky Callum, you missed out by 1 point. 1 point only. It was Come on the Port who's won the shirt. And this was a really, really tough week because I love all you guys. I really do. I love you all because the people who I chose are regular contributors, but I didn't.
Who's the fattest out of the two of you?
And RB4 is some we don't see that often, but you contributed so well to the stream, I had to include you in it. Weedy here every week. Clearly don't like you. What was your first guess, mate? Of course I don't like you. Just joking, just joking. You're all right, I suppose. But Callum, we got so close. Once our hats come in, you're getting a free hat for finishing second. Callum, you're getting a free hat. So that way, Labs has got something we're waiting to give you. Matthew's got something we're waiting to give you. Now, I'll tell you what, Luke, if you would have come with that, you would have probably won that. Because I marked you very low for your last one. Because obviously it was late. But if you'd have come in with that, you probably would have won that, mate. I can see it right here that you would have taken it. You would have taken it by half a point, but unlucky, mate. Unlucky. But Matthew, you got this assigned program and a hat to you that we owe you. Come on the Port, you got 26 points out of a possible 30, and Callum, you got 25 points out of a possible 30. But because it was so close, like I did that once for Matthew, by sorting them out with the hat. Labs and Matthew, obviously you're getting a signed program each. Matthew's getting a hat. Callum, you're getting a hat, and Come on the Port, you're getting the signed shirt. And a very worthy winner because you come back with some corking answers there, and you contributed so well to the stream. I'll bring both programs to the game on Wednesday, so make sure you're there on Wednesday. I'll be on the main gate. I'll bring both programs then. Hopefully, I may have the hats this week as well. I know I had shocking descriptions. Mate, at the end of the day, it was going to be a battle of wits, and everybody had the same advantages and disadvantages as each other, really, I suppose. But I think it was a good way of determining a winner for this one, wasn't it? So, I think it's the longest stream we've ever done. We've been going now for 1 hour and 37 minutes. The longest stream we've ever done. But we're celebrating 3,000 subscribers. Couldn't have got here without you guys, the viewers. So thank you very much. Thank you for contributing to this stream. And of course, well done, Come on the Port, for your win. Contact us on Facebook and we can arrange the drop-off for you. What I may do is bring all the prizes with me to the game on Wednesday and dish them all out to you then. So yeah, again, thank you for being a part of it. And again, Kev, thank you for joining me tonight.
Nice to see
and thank you for waiting it out as well.
Yeah,
and I gotta be fair, I think the new tripod has obviously done us good tonight. It's made things so much easier. I haven't got to keep playing with my phone. So I've added in this broken down old piece of shit case. You know, it wasn't a piece of shit when I first got it, but it's all knackered now. So imagine trying to balance it like that with a phone in it. It kept sliding down like that. Kept going down, so I had to keep picking it back up and twisting it around to make sure I got everybody in view. And then when I was doing that, it was going back down like that. It was fucking annoying. So now the tripod's here to stay. Phone case is fucked off. Are you and Kev going to make a movie with the tripod? Yeah, I think we could make a movie with the tripod.
What sort of movie do you want?
The only thing is,
beating a shit into a Cardiff fan? Will that do you?
Or beating up Paul Gobbett. I can boot him in the ribs and you can boot him in the face. And Paul, if you're watching, I mean every fucking word of that. Right then, I don't go to games, sorry. What else could you do?
Go to a game.
Do you Matthew, do you live in Newport? Or if not, could you get in touch, or could you drop me a message on Twitter? And what I can do, I can post it to you.
Cardiff City fan, I thought he was.
No, Matthew?
Yeah.
No, surely not. Because if that's the case, then your winnings will be completely voided. We can't be having that. We can't be giving free county shit to Cardiff fans. No, I'm only joking, Matthew.
Pay for it.
Aye. Well, you can pay for the postage at least. Yeah. No, I'm only joking. But Matthew, I'm glad that all of you know I got you on Twitter. Sort me out on Twitter, right? give me an address and I'll post it all to you, mate. Okay. And thank you again for your donation today, mate. But then it couldn't be a pay to play win. Arby, sorry, mate, but you've missed out on the hat, unfortunately. The hat is for second place Callum. Come on the port won the shirt, and Matthew won a hat from a competition before. We're still waiting for the hats to come into stock. All right. So anyway, 1 hour and 40 minutes. I'd say let's talk shit for another 20 minutes, but I'm getting a bit fed up now. I'm getting a bit bored of you all. So yeah, and Kev wants to go home, and I want to go and have something to eat because I haven't had my tea yet. I'm hungry. I am. Thank you again, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Cheerio for now, and as always, up the county. Thanks again.
Up the county.